Right, hats off, chewing gum in the bin, phones away, let's do this. Dollars and cents. I know you all love your money, and money is a nice thing to be doing calculations around, especially if you are having more money coming your way. But sometimes when we write our final answers for money, I'm seeing students forget how money works using Australian dollars. We have 100 cents in the dollar, and sometimes I'm seeing some weird final answers like this. 15 litres of paint costing that much money. How much for 1 litre? Yep, cool, you got that amount divided by 15. And your calculator said 17.98333 and so on. And sometimes I'm seeing some answers left as 17.983. Sometimes I'm seeing $18 as the answer. Sometimes I'm not seeing what I'm expecting to see as part of the answer. So for this one, I would absolutely expect you to write the answer as $17.98. If you wanted to, you could add nearest cent in this question. But let me put it this way. I can't go to Bunnings and pay 0.333 of a cent. I can pay them $17, I can pay 98 cents. But if I try to tap my FPOS card and pay $17.983333, it won't go through. It'll only put $17.98 through. So that's something we have to be aware of. Now, I quickly wrote this one on the side here as a kind of common thing that comes up in the Year 11 and 12 standard courses. Yep, it's a compound interest question that we're trying to find what P is, so we're bunging in the numbers. All of this is correct. And we've got it all ready to type into the calculator, and the answer there is $7,160. And I'm often seeing people write 0.49 cents. And it's like, that doesn't work. You have to round it off to 2 decimal places. In this case, it would be 5 cents. And again, rounding off because it is the last step. So yeah, we only have to round off to dollars and cents. That's all we ever have to do. And just remember, if our answer is money, we're going to have to do it that way. So you've probably already guessed what my tip is to avoid creating problems with this. You need to make sure your final answer is rounded to cents, which means 2 decimal places in the end. Now, I've got an extra note here that sometimes with some tax questions, it'll ask for whole dollars, like taxable income needs to be in whole dollars. But that's a bit of a special case. So realistically though, you've got 2 options. You round it off to the nearest whole dollar, or you round it off to the nearest cent. Please don't be like those cafes that try to be a bit more too hipster for their own good and say smashed Avo on their menus, and then they wrote 11.5. That for me is just like, that's incorrect. We know what it means, but it kind of is a bit misleading. It's not, people think $11.50 or $11.50. It's just, the correct way to write it is to have the dollar sign in the front for starters, and then to make it 50 cents by adding the 0 on there. That is the correct way to write it. So don't try to be a cafe being too hipster for their own good with your maths tests. Make sure your final answers are written as dollars and cents, or just plain dollars if that's what's needed. All right, go and enjoy your smashed Avo or whatever you're having for lunch.